Hey folks, it's Kiyarash and welcome back to another Smash video. Today we're going to go over the top 10 mistakes that many Luigi players make in Smash Ultimate, but without further ado, let's just get right into it. So, the first mistake that I notice when I see Luigi players play in bracket or just in friendlies or whatever is their offstage game. They basically, what they do is if they're like sent right here, they will side B right here. They side B in places where they don't have to. So that's like one issue here. Like they don't know that if they do like a poor side B, very predictable when they do not have to. Like when you're over here, you got a side B and then like you can mix up from here. That's a good mix up, right? They're not gonna anticipate that. But if you're side B like right here, then that's just predictable. You're just gonna get hit for it and it's very slow. You literally, all you gotta do is just drift towards the stage and then jump up B. You don't need to side B like in that area right there. And I see a lot of Luigi players do that and it costs them their stocks and they're probably wondering, oh, why did I just get the ace guard, man? Like Luigi's so ass. No. You don't side B right there. That's you don't do that. Now look at this. I'm gonna show you this. So if he side B's right here, then you are done. Just like that. You are done. You don't side B right there. So that's the first mistake, when Luigi players side B when they do not have to, and that's very important for their offstage game. So another key point for disadvantage has to do with high recoveries. You need to do high recoveries sometimes when you know that's the best thing to do. Recovering low is not bad. It's actually relatively good, but at many points, many moments, you need to go for a high recovery when you see the opportunity to go for it, instead of having to do a risky low recovery against, say, Game & Watch or Pikachu. Like, this is an example of a high recovery. Boom, you burn your double jump, and then be a reverse fireball, do what you need to do, and then grab ledge again. That's the example of high recovery. Burning double jump right away, and recovering from the ceiling. And you can just, like, time a down B here, etc., so on and so forth. If you recover high, no character other than a cheater like Shulk with Jump Art or Sonic is not going to be able to touch you at all. Most Luigi players need to utilize high recoveries and go from the ceiling when they see the opportunity to do it and not go low like that and risk a death. And for number 3, this has to do with disadvantage. This is a very important one and I feel like it's looked down a lot. It's when Luigis do not time their down specials when they're in a juggle or in disadvantage. It's very important that a Luigi does not just press the down B button right away in disadvantage. They have to see the opponent jumping at them, coming at them, and then time their down specials at the right moment so the invincibilities come out. The invincibility frames come out from 1 through 7, and they can't just press it and pray it works, right? You gotta actually do it as soon as you see your opponent jump at you to try to get you. So here's an example of when down B should be timed in disadvantage. So when Pikachu grabs it here, does his fair, and as soon as the Luigi sees the Pikachu double jump, he must instantly react with down B and press it right away as soon as he sees it happen, because Pikachu is going to do his fair, and then there you go. That's a timed down special right there because he saw the Pikachu double jump. But Luigi should not press down B when the Pikachu just like fast falls right here and press down B mindlessly because they just want to get the hell out of there, right? So that's a big mistake. And the last mistake for disadvantage that I notice as well, even I do it sometimes as well out of autopilot, but I know it's bad, is, you know how Luigi's do fireball, right, to try to recover, right? This fireball right here is good. It's good to do these fireballs, right? But eventually, if your opponent does catch on to it, it's not good to do it every time, right? This kind of fireball, your opponent's going to catch on to it and kill you for it. Especially when you double jump and, like when you do this fireball is fine and then double jump up B. But then this fireball and then another fireball while trying to like land on the thing is a mistake. It could work only as a mix-up. But it's better to just do one fireball or no fireballs at all if your opponent's going to try to come off stage and down air you. So be careful on that. So another mistake that Luigi players tend to make, and we're going to go over neutral right now, is they tend to rely on grab too much. I understand grab is a phenomenal tool. It can get the job done. It will do confirms. It could kill with at 0 with the precise execution. But having to rely on just grab in neutral will hold you back. If this is all you do, then you're not going to get very far. Most people know to respect it, so they tend to just like, jump around it. They tend to just, play in the air, and they tend to just, stay back from Luigi's range, or they will just camp the platform. If the grab is what you rely on and you do not have a good neutral, like you could do fair, you could do fireball, zair, like you have many stuff. Like the grab should only be used as like a mix-up or like, catching a landing. Like it's very situational. It should not be your primary tool, and I don't feel like a lot of Luigi players understand that just yet. So for the next mistakes in neutral are, I guess, 2 birds in 1 stone. We can go over 2 mistakes in one. So, and those 2 mistakes are approaching every time and not doing fireball zair out of laziness or just not utilizing it well enough. It's important that when you play Luigi and for certain matchups or just against certain players, you do not need to approach. You do not need to go up against Pikachu and, fight him up close. It's not necessary to think of Luigi as this is the main way to play. I have to go in. Oh, this guy's camping me. I need to go in. No. No, the fuck you don't. What you can do is you could utilize your fireball zairs. Fireball zairs are very important to actually utilize. Fireball zair to find openings that way. Maybe fireball and then wave dash downwards as like, a mix up to trick your opponent. But you do not need to approach every time. Approaching is good. Going in is good. But when you know that it's your time to hit, when you know it's your turn to go in, like I'm going to approach like with a dash attack to surprise my opponent. It should be used to like, surprise your opponents or when it's your time to hit. And utilizing fireball zairs is also good to get your openings that way as well. So fireball zairs need to be utilized a lot more, and Luigi players cannot always do the approaching, even if that means your opponent is camping. It does not mean that you're obliged to approach. So another mistake that Luigi players tend to make has to do with their out of shield game. So Luigi players tend to either up smash out of shield or up B out of shield, which is frame 8, or just like, don't do anything or just try to grab out of shield, right? But the fastest out of shield is actually neutral air, which is frame 6. So if we time right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 frames right there. That's his fastest out of shield option. So like when Rob does neutral right here, that's not, you can't up B that, right? It's, unless if you parry it, of course. But this is safe. But if I was to neutral air, that's going to work. It's 2 frames faster than if you up B. So Luigi players need to do nair out of shield more, and it has more range as well. So that's another thing that Luigi players do not do enough, or they don't do at all. So another thing that Luigi players do not do enough of is utilize parries, right? Utilizing parries can help you find your openings with like up Bs out of shield, or just like repositioning, right? Or having a better time approaching. Like if a Sephiroth is mashing back here like Deuteran, there's not a damn thing Luigi can do about it. Like if I shield right here, I can't get a dash attack. But if I parry like a complete badass, boom, that's a dash attack opening right there. And it's vice versa for space moves or like, moves that are too safe. Like Rob, as seen in the last example, I can only nair out of shield. But if I parry Rob's nair and he didn't space it, then boom, that's an up special. So utilizing parries is also very important for Luigi's to utilize a lot more. And I think that's very important to include. And the final mistake that I believe is the most crucial that Luigi players make is not mixing up their ledgetrap. Now, this is very important because the key to a good ledgetrap that a top player has in their play is mixing up and changing the way you ledgetrap. For example, most Luigi players just want to down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, or dare, nair, dare, nair, dare. Like when, let's say Sora's right here and he's grabbed ledge right here. Let's picture this. They want to dare, nair, dare, nair. Not good. It could be good, but if this is what you do every single time, then you're getting a reverse for it. Mashing down tilt's also good, but it's not good to do it every single time, like, as well. Some examples of a brilliant ledge trap are Dare, Drift Back, Zair. As you can see, the Sora just jumped. He jumped and he's right there. And if he was to neutraler, I would be, or downer, I would be ready and that would be an up special, right? Dare into Zair. Well, I messed up there, but Dare to Zair. And then fair Zair, fair Zair, fair Zair, fair right. Like, it's just all about changing your ledge up. Down tilt into reposition. Instead of just constantly down tilt. Two down tilts into down tilt into back air, just like a down tilt into back air. Or down tilt into dare into shield, and then boom, you get a grab, and that's a messed up, that's a miss. But there's many other things that you can do other than down tilt and dare nair at the ledge. And I've just provided a few examples right here. So I think Luigi players should just play around that and see what else there is. And watch top players as well. Like, analyze top level play and see what they do and how they can apply it to Luigi as well. But that's just pretty much it for today's guide and the top mistakes that Luigi's tend to make. So that's it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you folks like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time.